Good morning, little chilblains. Our spelling sounds this week are ILD pronounced ILD and IND pronounced IND. Okay, ILD and IND. So we're going to identify, read and spell words with the IND, ILD, IND and ILD letter pattern. So find and read words, explain the rule and correctly spell words with the IND, ILD, IND, ILD letter pattern. Okay, so we're going to do our speed spell first. And just as a reminder that, because this is 2 weeks old now, it was a silent T sound. So if your word doesn't have a T in it that you're not pronouncing, then you've spelt it wrongly. Okay, number 1, castle. We visited the old castle. Castle. Number 2, often. We often go for a walk. Often. Number 3, rustle. The leaves rustle in the wind. Rustle. Number 4, bustle. There's lots of bustle about town. Bustle. Number 5, thistle. The thistle is the Scottish emblem. Thistle. And finally, number 6, apostle. A follower of Jesus was called an apostle. Apostle. Okay, as usual, I should have said this at the beginning, but you can pause at any point to write your word down. Okay, here are the answers. Give yourselves a mark out of 6. Let me know how you get on. And so here we've got 6 words with the IND, IND, and the ILD. Now, it says here that they have a long I. So that is the I sign. Child, blind, rewind, blindfold, mindful. Now, number 3, in fact, I'll leave that. We'll come back to that at a later stage, what I was going to say there. So, these are this week's words. We've only got green and orange, and the green ones in particular are quite easy. So I'm hoping that quite a lot of you will go orange this week. So we've got child, if you know what a child is, who even knows? Mild, so mild can be used about lots of things. A mild curry means it's not too hot, and so on. Wild, there's quite often you hear the phrase wild child, which is used about a teenager who is very badly behaved, very naughty. We could say that as a wild child. Okay, bind. Bind has a lot of different meanings, but I suppose the easiest way is, for example, if somebody has a bandage on their arm, and that putting a bandage on, you'd say that you bind it on by wrapping the bandage round. That would be binding. Then find, hind. Now, hind really means back. So you talk about animals having hind legs rather than back legs, but that's what you mean when you say hind legs. Or also, behind. If you say what is behind you, it's what is at your back. Then we've got kind, mind, and this next word is wind. Now, it's a funny word because it is spelt exactly the same way as wind, but obviously wind and wind mean different things. So if you can wind somebody up, or you can wind up a clock. So that's how wind is used. And then the last one there, blind, not able to see. Okay, then we've got, for our orange words, grind. I've noticed actually there's no ILDs in orange, so you want to practice at your ILDs, child, mild, wild. You can stick to green, but these are all IND. So grind, mankind. That is, mankind means all people. Behind, I've already said, at your back. Rewind, that word isn't used so much as it used to be, because we don't use cassettes anymore. But when we used to use cassettes, we would have to rewind them. When we used to hire videotapes, they would always have a label, a sticker on them saying, please be kind, rewind, so that you would rewind the tape before you take it back to the video shop. And sometimes you would hire a video and it would be halfway through and you'd have to rewind it before you watched it, which wasn't an immediate process like it is with something on your, like a DVD or something on that you're streaming. It actually would take, maybe 5-10 minutes. Remind, that means to bring something to your mind, remind. Blindfold, that's something that is put over eyes so that they can't see. I don't know whether you still play the game Blind Man's Buff. That's a game that we used to play. And Pin the Tail on the Donkey. Both of these needed a blindfold, and they were party games. Then we've got mindful. That means that you keep something in your mind. So, for example, say your mum had a headache and something exciting was happening at the same time. You might then be mindful of the fact that your mum has a headache and not scream too loudly when you're excited about something. So that's how you might use the word mindful. Humankind is basically the same, it means the same thing as mankind. Mastermind. Mastermind means to be the person who thinks of the ideas in a plan. So usually it's used in things like somebody is masterminding a bank robbery. So you would have one person in charge. Or some kind of James Bond villain type thing. And then absent-minded means that is a fancy word for forgetful. Okay, here as well, I've just put them here, are common words this week. Pretty, as in that teacher is very pretty. Obviously Mr. Hopgood I'm thinking of. Ate, I ate fish for my dinner. It's not eated. Eated isn't a word, it's ate. 4, the number 4, just like 8 here is not the number 8, it's to do with eating. Then cold. Cold is a bit like mild and child and wild in that it's LD, and the LD is making the sound go from aw, called, to an O sound, old. And finally, much. Okay, so a bit of choose your words, a bit of practice through the week, and we'll see how you get on Friday with your spelling test.